On the prairies of North America, coyotes and badgers often team up to form impressive hunting duos. While the coyote patrols above ground, the badger scurries after prairie dogs underground. Whoever catches something first gets the spoils. Prairie dogs raise their young underground in special chambers. Sensing danger, the prairie dog bolts toward the surface. A bad idea. Prairie dogs have different chambers for eating, sleeping, and even going to the bathroom. On the menu. Coyotes and badgers aren't especially picky, but their dinner of choice is usually made up of prairie dogs or ground squirrels, two den-dwelling species of the plains. Playmates. This form of teamwork was thought to be purely business, but in 2020, a video of a coyote and a badger playing together went viral. Better together. Studies have shown that coyotes that team up with badgers catch more ground squirrels than coyotes that hunt alone. On average, the coyote-badger dream team catches a third more. The bats and the figs. Lots of things in the natural world try to avoid being eaten, but these figs are hoping to become bat food. When bats eat figs, they unintentionally act as fig farmers, planting seeds across the forest. Designed to be delicious. Because fig trees benefit from bats eating their fruit, the figs have changed over time, or evolved, to make sure they're super tasty. Bat airlines. When the bat eats a fig, it carries its seeds in its poop. The bat gets a meal, the fig seeds get a ride. Different figs, different species. Some fig tree species are so reliant on bats for reproduction that they've evolved to attract specific bat species. Notice how different types of bats are eating different types of fig. Echo detectors. In the dark of night, bats can't see with their eyes very well, so they use a special system called echolocation. They make high-pitched squeaks that bounce back to them off of different objects. This way, they know what's there. Planting with poop. When bats poop, the seed goes through them unharmed. They've brought the seed to a new location, and their poop helps fertilize it, meaning it creates perfect growing conditions. The hippo and the terrapins. Terrapin turtles love to sunbathe after a swim, and they usually clamber up rocks to do so. Sometimes, though, the only option is a living boulder, a gigantic river hippopotamus. The hippo is almost as stable as the shore, making it an ideal sunbathing spot. Even when dozens of turtles climb aboard, the hippo doesn't seem to mind its passengers. Actually, it might not even notice. Heating up. Terrapins, like all reptiles, have to use heat from their environment to keep their bodies at a good temperature. To stay warm, they regularly leave the water and bask in the sun. It's like they're charging their batteries for their next activity. Even on a hot day in Africa, the waters can get a little too chilly for a terrapin. The vampire finch and the booby. A tropical paradise is the last place you would expect to find vampires. But on the Galapagos Islands, bloodthirsty birds feed in broad daylight. These finches drink blood from large seabirds known as boobies, who, strangely, don't seem to mind it. Trusting friends. Researchers suspect these finches used to eat parasites off the boobies' bodies. Over time, the boobies learned to trust the finches and happily let the little birds land on their backs and pick through their feathers. Eventually, the finches started backstabbing their trusted allies, literally. The Nazca booby.